Today marks the return of breakfast and lunch to the Akershus Royal Banquet Hall in Norway at EPCOT, which is princess dining, character dining. This is a weird one. Usually when they ask at the front of a restaurant if we've eaten here before, we say yes. For probably the first time in, God, maybe 30 years of going to Disney World, I'm going to say no, because actually I only had 2 table service restaurants in all of Disney World I haven't been to, and one of them is Akershus. The other, Victoria and Albert's. So those are my last 2. So one of those get knocked off today. We're doing breakfast and we're going to do lunch because we're insane. That's what we do. We love to do these double headers, Eric behind the camera. And we're going to meet 5 princesses and have a royal breakfast, and then we're going to digest for probably 3 hours and do it all again with a lunch offering, which is now all family style, no longer buffet style, which is probably a good thing for our sake today. So let's go do it. Eric, you ready?
I want to get all 3 of these important figures in the same shot. There's Tom Corliss, the Brave Viking,
and Gearness
here today.
Can we go buy
nearly every day?
You want to go buy the dog fragrance? Can we buy Poppy the dog fragrance?
Yeah, maybe. Do they have the dog fragrance out today? I don't know.
They have to.
We'll find out, but let's go eat.
All right, we're going to do something different, Eric. Bear with me. What if we eat the hot food while it's hot?
That would be a first for this website.
Another first today. All right, let me grab these. My big serving.
Yeah, so get the eggs and then hash brown, or the potato casserole, and the waffles, I assume, are the most temperature sensitive in terms of evaluating them thoroughly.
I'm sure this scrambled egg review will be very different from the other Disney World scrambled egg reviews. Scrambled eggs. They're cooked adequately.
They're good?
Oh,
Look at that.
they're not liquidy like Chef Mickey's.
Good start.
I tell this story all the time, but when I was very young at Chef Mickey's, I asked the server for a cup, and they're like, "For what?" And I said, "For my eggs, so I can drink them." They didn't think it was very funny. No, they're cooked properly, which is, I hate to say, a step up from a lot of places. I mean, a lot of this is pretty standard, right?
Yeah, this is
American breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. The sausage is salty and well cooked. Casing's not too tough to bite through. Nice. Should I try the casserole? Everyone's eagerly awaiting the casserole. It's a lot of cheese.
That's good.
That's not a complaint, yeah. A ton of cheddar. So much cheddar cheese. It's good. Potatoes maybe are a little undercooked maybe, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not too soft, not too crispy.
Standard Disney breakfast.
Somewhere
bacon.
between, yeah. But again, when cooked adequately, which
Like,
again
they
is
didn't do
not a
anything-
thing.
They didn't do anything crazy with this. It's just your normal bacon.
Yeah, but there's something to be said. Like, Eric, how many breakfasts have we been to where this regular stuff is not cooked properly, right?
We've been to a lot of them.
Seems easy enough, but you'd be surprised, right? I'm excited for the waffle. Very sweet.
Very
Not
kind.
overly sweet, but
Very
nice,
kind, very sweet.
but considerably sweeter than a standard waffle. I don't think it's just the powdered sugar. I think it's the batter. I mean, like he said, very soft with that nice crispy edge. We're going to need a ton of those. Okay. I'm going to need so many of those. All right, working in kind of reverse order. This is the stuff you would have before the hot food generally, but everything's going to come at once anyway. Meats, cheeses, a salmon spread, a jelly.
Oh, look, there's more coming. Perfect.
Oh, look at all those waffles. Oh, my goodness.
I ordered a bunch more than I normally would because it's really like this.
All right.
We did.
Perfect.
I'm serving good then for a moment.
Yeah, I think so.
Another Viking coffee or starting slowly?
I'm okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Look, that is beautiful.
There's
This half
your eggs
plate.
you want to drink.
This half, yeah, they're a little more
Wet eggs
liquid.
in a cup.
I spoke too soon. Look at that. That cheddar is way more
Way more
crisp.
crispy looking.
Yeah.
The waffle. Oh my.
But that's the thing with all these breakfast places where they do big batches of stuff, right? Everything is, there's little consistency sometimes batch to batch. So meats and cheeses, I assume these will be perfectly fine. Salami, it's actually not great. A little too thick cut, I don't know. Something about that's off. A weird aftertaste. I'm not crazy about it.
It's not how you Italians would do it.
It's, you know, I'm not like that, right? If you brought a tray of cold cuts from Costco, I wouldn't shun them, you know? I think it says something, just something was a little weird with that. Ham? Salty, obviously tastes fine.
I want to hear Tom's signature phrase. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't expect to be blown away by
Yeah.
prepackaged meats and cheeses, right? There's a cheddar and a Swiss. I assume that's Swiss.
Yep.
I don't know. Do they taste normal to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it just tastes like the prepackaged stuff.
Yeah, but like not the best.
Yeah, like they're not
prepackaged.
making their own artisan cheese. In
I
the
didn't
back.
expect that. But the Swiss is good. All right. Solid interest. Should we try the pastries?
Try the pastries, Tom.
I'm gonna try this, the crisp,
Oh,
which is probably when I'm supposed to put the salmon. I should put the salmon spread on
Lee
it. Right?
detected some caraway on there, which is one
This
of
is
her.
the salmon spread. I hear Snow White music, so Snow
salmon.
White's coming.
Let's try the salmon spread.
I do love salmon spread. That's good. I'd want to put that on a New York
Hold on,
bagel.
we've been interrupted. Snow White has entered.
Pause for Snow
All right,
White.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please continue with your review.
That's good enough for a New York bagel.
Yeah.
That salmon spread. I'm on board with that. But let's pause because Snow White's going to come in a
Pause
second.
for Snow White.
Yes.
Grumpy is quite lovely, isn't he?
Yes.
He likes
I thought she was talking about you.
Oh, are you a bit grumpy yourself?
Yeah, I've been told that. Yeah.
Gooseberry
Would you
pie,
make
do
me
it.
a gooseberry pie?
Yeah, sure. Don't worry about it. I got the recipe in my head. Mine's probably not as good as yours. I can only
Secret
make.
ingredient.
Okay, what is it?
And I think that's what helps Grumpy to be sweet.
That's possible.
I just need lots of sugar.
Well, we see a lot of sugar.
Gooseberries are very tart. I think that sugar really helps.
All right, is it chocolate twist?
Yeah, it's definitely chocolate chip. What is the filling?
Not chocolate.
There is, but what's the yellow? Just like a custard?
Oh, there is a. I didn't even notice the.
There's maybe a little too much of it.
Okay.
Okay.
But otherwise it's good. The chocolate, it's rich. And again, a fresh, flaky, buttery pastry, as we predicted would be the case. So,
Say the phrase.
there you go.
It's fine.
I think it's
Is it
better
better
than
than
fine. I
fine?
like it. Yeah, it's
Better
good.
than- Okay, good.
It's better than bad, it's good, to quote the log commercial from Ren and Stimpy for the older people in the audience. Did anyone have the fruit?
I've been eating the fruit, yeah.
How is the fruit?
It's fresh fruit.
It's
Fresh
fresh
fruit.
fruit. It's fine.
It's
Everyone
fine.
at home,
It's
you
exactly
gotta
what
take
it
a
is.
shot every time I
I
say
will
it's
say
fine.
the fruit, it's sweet. Like sometimes you get
Sweet.
fruit that's kind of bland, but this is
So it's nice
actually
and sweet and flavorful.
Yeah.
That's great. So I think that's all the food we're gonna eat. Eric and I are gonna finish this
waffles.
pile of waffles.
It's worth pointing out that as soon as Tom said that Chef Mickey's has runny eggs, these came out a bit. The mix is a little bit thin, and the casserole's a little bit more crispy. But in general, it's pretty good.
Did you have any more of the casserole? The new casserole?
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Oh,
Yep.
is it?
Yep.
Okay. There you go. Hi. Okay, one meal down, one to go. Eric, breakfast was pretty good.
Yeah.
So what has to come into the equation here is pricing, right? So ages 10 and up, adult is $53 plus tax and gratuity. Children is, what is it, 34, I think?
Yeah.
34 for ages 3 to 9 plus tax and gratuity.
When you factor in all the time you would spend meeting all 5 of those princesses, though.
It's a good amount of
Might be worth
characters and high demand characters, right? Like Belle, you're probably going to wait a decent amount of time if you go to try to meet her in France. You're going to wait a good amount of time at Enchanted Tales with Belle at Magic Kingdom. Tiana's kind of a crapshoot sometimes at Magic Kingdom, honestly. Anyway, there's some time investment that you lose here. They all come to the table. We're spending, especially if you get an earlier reservation, I would recommend that. They were spending a lot of time at each table, especially before a lot of tables were filled in. So if you want your kids to have more of that personal time, or you, I'm not judging, if you're an adult that wants to meet princesses, we did it. I would recommend an earlier breakfast if that's your thing. It's a solid breakfast. It's a lot of standard American fare, but considering you meet 5 characters and the food is good and ample in that it will keep coming as much as you want. And the morning cocktail list is pretty decent too, for that matter, if you care about such things. It's a beautiful interior. It's a nice space. It's a fun. The only thing I will say is I think lunch will be a little better for lighting. I think there's a lot of harsh lighting in the morning in there. We'll see. Maybe it'll just be dark at lunch. I'm not entirely sure where the sun's going to be. We'll see. But you'll see in some of our photos and video the sun was hitting those windows, and then I noticed in this, like, the room out here was a little dark. But we'll see how lunch changes the lighting maybe a little bit. Okay, Eric, here we are for lunch. Only like 3 hours.
I'm still full from breakfast, Tom.
Well, you better make some room because we have salad and bread to start. We have a field green salad with lingonberry vinaigrette. There's also, you can see there's cucumbers, tomatoes. Looks good. And then what I think everyone's most excited for is the lefse with cardamom, cinnamon, butter. So traditionally what you would do, according to our server, is roll this out, butter it, and then roll it back up. But he did say secretly, don't tell anyone, you could also just dip it.
It's a potato flatbread.
Is it?
Yeah, he said it's a potato flatbread.
All right,
But yeah, he said they unroll it, they butter it, they roll it back up, or they just leave it as it is and they dip the whole thing in, but that's perhaps considered uncouth.
How good are you at rolling, Eric?
Not good.
Memories of
I never had
college?
that phase in my life.
Lefse, of course with lefse. I'm going to do this. This is certainly going to go well. I already
This
broke
is hilarious
mine.
already.
I broke
It's already
mine.
broken. Your left's a crimes.
Broken, but still good. Ohana.
It's gonna be that kind of lunch.
What kind of lunch did you think it would be?
I didn't know that it was going to have Lilo and
It's
Stitch
not
puns.
super spreadable,
It's cold.
but it's a little
Is it too
solid.
cold?
Maybe. It's been here for a couple moments.
Even more excited.
Okay. Well, it's also hard to do because it's longer than the plate. I'm just going to do this bit and then I'm going to start rolling.
It looks kind of like a taquito.
It's good. I probably need to put more butter, but I mean, I used a lot of it, and still I don't feel like really filled it out. The cardamom is strong. You're not gonna like it, but if you're okay with cardamom, you'll like this. I'd say cardamom forward, cinnamon on the back end.
Am I an idiot? I don't know what cardamom is.
Anise.
Anise. Okay, yeah, that tastes gross.
Yeah, same stuff.
Like those the biscotti thing that you got for the queen, for the
Same flavor.
king's coronation. Yeah. What's people's obsession with anise?
It's just what they do over there.
I got a lot more of the butter on the second bite, more cinnamony though. So I don't know. Maybe there was like a big white splotch in the butter. Maybe that was cardamom. Is it? I don't know what color cardamom is.
They're like those little fennel seeds. They look like little.
Oh, they're seeds?
Yeah.
I like
they're
fennel
seeds.
seeds.
They grandma.
Maybe that's like it crushed, right?
Could have
You
been.
can wash it down with the Diet Coke, no ice. Your soda is included
Soft drinks included. Yeah.
Soft drink is included with your purchase of this, what is sure to be very expensive character meal.
Should we have some salad? Eric will, but should the rest of us have salad?
I think they put that on top of a drink we had at Top of the World.
Oh, Eric, we'll get you a vegetable at some point. It's nice and refreshing. The vinaigrette is not overdone. It's like the right amount of dressing.
It's like a refreshing salad.
Which, I mean, Orlando's hot, so most of the year this is going to be a really nice start to your meal. But you can mix this sweet bread and this vinaigrette-heavy salad. Maybe not. Maybe they don't complement each other super well, but they're both good on their own. But this is definitely what you want most of the year in Orlando to start a meal. I would say everything tastes fresh and delicious. I'm a big fan. So a good start. Okay, our hot food has arrived. It's quite the spread. The smorgasbord. That's not Norwegian, is it?
Is it really? It sounds Swedish to me.
I was going to say, is
Smorgasbord.
it Swedish? I don't know. I'm American and thus know nothing of such things. There is the traditional Norwegian meatballs. There is mashed potatoes and gravy?
Yep.
Where are they?
Underneath.
Oh, underneath that.
Under the
Okay.
meatball.
I didn't even see that from my angle. Grilled salmon with herbed butter. That's what those white chunks are. They're green beans. You see them towards the middle there. And red cabbage as well. Macaroni and cheese.
Very
and
Norwegian, I'm sure.
Norwegian chicken and dumplings, which is actually out over here.
Oh.
They're not in order on the menu. So that's out in its own bowl over here. And then they said corn dog nuggets. He said they were chicken corn dog nuggets.
Yeah, they said chicken,
They
but the
don't
menu
look-
said corn dog
They
nuggets,
look
right?
like pork to me. Why don't we just solve this mystery right now?
Yeah, just eat them and tell us what it is.
This one's kind of popped open a little bit.
Are we investigating further by cutting it
I'm
open?
pretty sure it's just pork.
Oh, it is a corn dog.
It's pork.
No?
It's pork. Yeah. It's a regular corn dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he just misspoke. It's fine. I mean, they're not as good as Casey's, if I'm being honest. They're a little doughier. They're fine. They're adequate. Salty. Well cooked, but just doughy, on the doughy side. All right, between princesses, we're going to try more food. There are all these serving devices. There's some herb butter on this. I'm going to take some salmon with it.
I will say, if you're coming here for the princesses, they are everywhere. They do a great job of, like, the princesses just keep coming.
And it's in real rapid succession, too. Like, once they get... I mean, it might be because so many tables are empty today, but I don't know. They all come, like, in a 15-minute increment.
Bang, 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 yeah.
It's very good. The salmon is not dry. It's well prepared, really flaky, and the butter really adds to it. Rounds it out nicely. For a family style or buffet, that's one of the better pieces of salmon I've had. And they'll bring you more if you want. So there's actually a lighter option. I know we have meatballs in here and corn dogs, but I like that there's a lighter protein in the mix. Okay, we're gonna try the meatball with the mashed potato now, which I've heard good things about. We'll see.
I like that you've stacked them just as they're presented.
What have I done?
You stacked the meatball on top of the mash. That's the same way it's presented.
That's how
right?
it came
Yeah.
out. I couldn't separate them. That's really good with the lingonberry jam, the sweetness.
Is that the same jam from breakfast?
Yeah, that's why they have it for breakfast. The seasoned beef with the jam, the sweetness of the jam, and the mashed potato. It's a really good combination.
Hey, my friends, I just wanted to come by and see which princesses your family has met.
I think we have all 5.
All right, well, I hope you all enjoy your meal. Enjoy that dessert coming your way here in a bit, okay?
Thank you
Take care,
very
guys. Thank you.
They're not mom's meatballs, but obviously a little different. But they're very good, and they're hefty. You're not leaving here hungry, I would say. I love them. I don't often use the word love for anything, but I love those meat.
Not anything that's not from Japan.
You know, Eric's looking, I'm in a good mood today. Okay. Now we're at
Are you
Cracker
in a
Barrel.
good mood? Are you happy?
Welcome to Cracker Barrel.
Remember Snow White told me how to make the pie that would make you less grumpy? And
I'm gonna throw it in your face. Anyway.
see, look at that. An extra scoop of sugar in that
It's like
gooseberry pie didn't help.
the Mary
It's still
Poppins song,
grumpy.
just an extra scoop of sugar and a gooseberry pie. Yeah.
Snow White told me the secret.
It does remind me of Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
All they're missing here is the little triangular piece of wood with the golf tees. You know, like Cracker Barrel little game.
The gnocchi is real grainy. It's kind of dry, and the gravy doesn't seem to necessarily help it. The flavor palate's good, but I would equate it to an American, dish like out of Cracker Barrel, chicken and dumplings. Not wildly different. What have I not had? Mac and cheese?
Red cabbage.
I'm not eating red cabbage. You tell me how the red cabbage
Green
is.
beans. Lee won't know. Everybody knows what red cabbage tastes like. We don't have to.
It's sweet. It doesn't.
We got to
taste
see if the
like
green beans are
Lee
cooked
said it's
well.
sweet.
Yeah, it's
Does not taste
not
like sauerkraut.
it's not a vinegary sauerkrauty flavor.
That's
it's
our
more
red
of a
cabbage.
sweet.
All right, green beans.
Now for the green beans. Oh.
If a green bean is good, all comes down to if it's cooked adequately, right?
Oh, we got
A
the
rare-
single eyebrow raise. That's a good sign.
A rare, well-cooked green bean at Walt Disney World. They're not too hard. They're not too soft. They're a little oily, but they're very good. That might be the best prepared green bean at Walt Disney World. Not a
mediocre
tremendous
praise.
accomplishment, but they're good. Mac and cheese, right? We saved the best for last, I guess. There's some cabbage in my mac and cheese. I don't like that.
Mac and cheese and cabbage. Not a favorite dish anywhere. There's so many princesses.
Oh, thank you, Eric. It's a standard but delicious mac and cheese. Very
Yeah.
creamy and rich, and pasta's nice and soft. Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's going to change your life, but it's certainly good.
Overall, the main dishes are solid.
It's going to please the kids. The kids are going to love it. I think plenty of adults, for that matter, too.
Look at this. Dessert has arrived.
It has. So, first of all, we have a Norway Pavilion favorite, the rice cream, which is available in a somewhat different form out there at the bakery, the Kringla Bakery Og Cafe. So it's, again, their description is a rice cream with strawberry sauce. And then next to it is a chocolate mousse cake with blackberry cream. Well, I read that off the allergy menu, but I assume that's still the same thing. Just says a assortment of Norwegian-inspired desserts is what it says. Luckily, the allergy menu said what they actually were, and not the regular menu. But anyway, so I should try these, I guess? I'm going to use this as like a...
Try them for the people.
Okay. about that. I didn't use that, so that's fresh. It looks like it's going to be so dense. It's so light. The cream is light. The cake is light. A nice, rich chocolate flavor.
Is there a blackberry flavor?
I think it's just that little. Is it just that dollop back
That- I
there?
thought it
Is
might have been a
that?
Hershey's Kiss. That
Because
might
I'm
be-
not.
that might
I'm
be
not getting. You know, it's a
blackberry or
Hershey
something.
Kiss,
Yeah.
the famous Norwegian treat.
No, I
The
saw it from
Hershey
like 3 feet away. I thought it was
I
like
think
a Hershey's Kiss with powdered sugar on top.
Yeah, that's probably your blackberry.
It's like a rock.
It's like a rock.
Oh no, it is though. Yeah. Actually, it just tastes like chocolate. Maybe it's in there. It's just so subtle. Maybe there's not a lot of it. I'm not getting it, but it's still good. I mean, it's a good chocolate dessert and not too heavy either. All right, rice cream.
All right, ding-a-ling-a-ling, it's the rice cream man.
Good God. I want today to
I love it when I
need
come
today
to
to
help you do
end.
these.
Today
Think
just
of
You
ends.
don't have enough sleep.
Yeah. This is what happens when you remember that you have these reservations at 7:50 in the morning when Eric calls you. I love the rice cream. One of the most underrated items in EPCOT.
Is it cold?
Yeah.
Like frozen or?
No, just
Okay.
like
chilled.
slightly.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's super cold. It's just so creamy. I mean, the strawberry adds all the sweetness you need. It's just so milky and creamy, and I don't know how else to describe it. It's a light cream with rice. Obviously, there's rice in it, with a strawberry compote over it, which tastes like natural. It doesn't taste artificial. The strawberry. I know. I love the rice cream. Personal favorite. And I'm a chocolate guy, but I have the rice cream over that.
But the chocolate's
sure.
good, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, they're both good, but God, I'd probably have them bring more rice cream. Okay, so we completed lunch. I feel gross because we did breakfast and lunch, and we keep doing this to ourselves for you, the viewer. But anyway, I digress. So the price on lunch and dinner is the same. It's $63 for adults plus tax and gratuity, and then $41 for kids ages 3 to 9 plus tax and gratuity. Personally, I loved lunch. I think lunch and dinner are fantastic. I think it's one of, if not the best, food quality-wise, character meals, specifically character meals at Disney World. And you meet 5 characters, 5 princesses. I think it's a beautiful interior. It's a fun space. The servers are, the Norwegian cast members are just always so happy and friendly and kind. And so they always, the great service in there today, everyone we had was phenomenal. But I think given the value proposition, I think you get so much more out of lunch and dinner. It's just a little bit more than breakfast, and you get more courses essentially. So there's salad and bread, then that hot food course, and then dessert as well. So I think I would do lunch and dinner. The lighting in there was, it's depending where you're sitting and what time of day, it's not great. I mean, we sat in there this morning, right in the
turret.
and the lighting was real harsh. And obviously, you're going to be taking pictures of your kids and or you with princesses, and you don't want it to be all backlit. So that's important to remember. So I'm not usually a big proponent of this, but maybe if you don't like where they're seating you, ask to be sat somewhere else. If you think it's going to be backlit, your photos aren't going to come out well, maybe be aware of that if photos are really important to you, I would say. But honestly, again, I would come back in a heartbeat. Breakfast was good. Lunch and dinner, phenomenal. I would absolutely, if I would come back. I would bring my family. So high praise. Eric, what did you think? Do you agree?
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And it was an honor and privilege for me to be here as you knocked one more off your list.
One to
Only
go.
One restaurant remaining.
I'm sure you want to go to that one.
I don't want to go to Victorian Albert. No thanks. But
I do.
yeah, I don't carry around that kind of money. But no, I thought it was fantastic, and I love the building. I love going in
The
there.
interior
and the
was
characters,
cool.
Unreal the tempo of how many characters you get to meet very quickly.
The restroom. That restroom hasn't been touched since like 1988. Go in there. The only thing that
wise, they do clean it.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. But like, well, I thought it was amazing. It's still one of those where they never did a big remodel. So where the powdered soap was, look it up, kids. Disney World used to have powdered soap dispensers in the bathrooms, so they just covered the hole and just slapped the
Pump thing.
the pump thing. I don't know what to call it. Soap dispenser, the non-powdered soap dispenser, and then put on one of the automatic faucets eventually. But otherwise, it's very 80s Epcot in that bathroom.
That's great.
It's a weird Tom thing. Sorry, but yeah, I'm surprised how great this was. I'm really taken aback. Blows Royal Table away. Again, Royal Table setting, eating in the castle, hard to beat. But this is way better food. I thought our princess interactions, we had a little more time with them, and the only problem really was photo lighting. Photo lighting was the only thing that was kind of iffy in there. But again, where we sat tonight, I mean, it's night now. Where we sat for lunch on the other side and sort of in like a well-lit sort of alcove near the serving area, the serving station. That was a good spot. So if you end up making a table request, somewhere on that side, sort of away from the windows, that section that's actually artificially lit, is a good option. But Akershus Royal Banquet Hall, two thumbs way up.
One for lunch and one for breakfast.
But go to lunch and dinner is the recommendation.